the church here runs on a good Sunday about 70, 80 people.
Okay.
We've gone over 100 quite a few times, but the military turnover is the big hindrance here, because people come up to Minot mainly because of the Air Force Base. And then some people in the oil industry, and I don't know if you've seen the windmills.
Yes, south of town, I can see some of them.
People move up to do, build construction on the windmills and all of that, and they're constantly coming and going.
It's just kind of a transient congregation, leadership challenges.
Most people are here for about 2 to 3 years or less. Every now and then somebody will come up here and stay, like one of our deacons, Paul, that's helping today. He moved up in 1971 and stayed in the Air Force, retired, became a school teacher.
But I mean, that's typical of every other church here, not just, of course, Southern Baptist, as far as it's the population base. So it seems to be a good, strong church.
It is, and I think I was telling you earlier, but North Hill was the mother church of Crossroads.
I learned that, from the guys.
About 20 years ago, North Hill was the larger of the two, and they had branched off. It was a legitimate church plant and all that. They had branched off to start a church on the southern end of town.
Sure.
And little by little, Crossroads started growing, and 10 years ago they built the building that we're in now.
So what's the population here?
I think the last time I looked it was about 45,000.
But then up to 45,000, you've got a sizable percentage that will turn over every 24 months, 30 months.
Absolutely.
So it's not like 40,000 people that have been here.
Well, and the difference is too, you're from the south, so you know that it's not like there's a Baptist church on every street corner. And so that's the struggle, really. I mean, the military issue, and
that adds to it the growth. But I mean, economically, what we were talking about even yesterday, you come through town here, and everywhere you turn, there's a sign up here that says "Help Wanted," job openings everywhere. If you ought not be here and be unemployed.
No, in fact, North Dakota has the largest job opportunities of any state in the United States, from what I understand.
And a lot of that's driven by the energy industry,
I think
whether it's wind or oil or gas or whatever, mineral or whatever.
So there's no shortage of jobs and work here, no doubt about it.
That's cool. So what's your take? I know you've just been here 2 years, but how would the city, the town recover? I was telling Susan, if this is like most other flood events, 90+% of the people have no flood insurance.
No, in fact, the statistic I heard, if it's correct, of the 4,200 homes that was affected, 300 and some had flood insurance.
Okay, out of 4,200, 300. That's it.
I keep hearing different people say, some people say they just want to sell and be done with it.
Okay.
And some people are talking about moving out. Other people want to rebuild, whether to sell their house and move somewhere else, or to rebuild it and just move back in it.
They don't have any choice. I mean, this is home, this is it.
Well, to give you an example, one of the couples in our church is a military family, a young military couple. They bought their home last year, and I think it's their first home, and had no flood insurance or anything like that. The water was up to the roof, so they pretty much lost their entire home. Well, the Air Force gives them about $1,500 to live off a base if they want to live off base. So that's what they were using to pay for their mortgage. But now they're stuck with the mortgage, and they have to move back on base. And by moving back on base, they lost the $1,500. So they've lost money, and they still have to pay for the mortgage. But they have no other choice. And they have in fact, her name's Lila. She just gave birth to their first baby, a little baby boy, last week. But, so you have those situations, but one thing that's impressed me is how the whole community's just pulled together. I mean, the media, the town officials, churches, everything.
The faith-based as well as every other group that's in here working.
People are working together. I mean, there's very little crime or anything like that associated with any of this. I mean,
and we're back to the fact that, hey, you're replaced by budget debate talks, and so you're out of the media. You're off the radar screen now. So it's almost whatever we've got to do to help ourselves is where we are.
In fact, that was kind of my frustration. Was it took a long time before we even made it into the news. And then finally when we did, that was a big plus.
And while we're here now, we're hearing about these other rivers in North Dakota that have not yet reached their worst impact, and there's nothing nothing on the news and that. So what's the spirit of your church or congregation? Optimistic, we can do this, we're trusting God, we're not
Absolutely.
pie in the sky, but
Yeah.
okay.
I mean, they're stressed out. A lot of people are
Sure.
tired and wore out, but no, it's completely optimistic.
Sure.
And everybody's just wanting to help however they can help, and you know, I'm real encouraged by that.
Awesome.